What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Gonna be a little bit of a short stream today, as I want to go and chill with the wife a little tonight. But wanted to jump in and gather runes. We're missing some runes still, and yeah, want to get them finalized. So first off, we're gonna go for a godly flaming owl. We've got that rank 4, but we want a godly one. In addition to that, what's going on there, Lelucus? In addition to that, we want a godly overdrive. Both of these drop from Tornado Valley. So, yeah. Should be a relatively easy farm. So, of course, the strat for that is go Massacre Campaign. Into T Valley we go. Hopefully I get a luck. There is, of course, a third rune on the map that is not necessarily in the pool that I'm looking for. Let's see, let's go 2 owls there. We got 250, so we can do 5 more owls. We can go 2 owls here. And 2 owls there. Actually, we can go 3 owls here, huh? Do we want to go 2? Or 3? I think we just go ahead and throw, we'll throw an electric R down there as well. Alright, let's get it. These maps should run quick. Like I said, this will be a quicker stream. I just want to, I want to get these runes knocked out. And that way I can focus on, you know, getting my gear improved and get into Doonator difficulties on survival. Alright. I don't think, I mean, this should be straight Raffle Stomp, so I probably don't need to do that much. We'll go ahead and give it a minute snare as well. What up, SciTech? How you doing, man? Just a quick stream today. I want to get the rest of my runes grinded out. I'm not going to be able to afford to upgrade them all, but at least I want to have them. Good for a Sunday? That's fair. What you got going today? Anything? We are, the wife and I are going to do a little grilling here today. Looking forward to that. Alright, looks like that was it. Probably could have just done a PDS spam in the middle of the map. At some point, I'm going to want to go and pick up a, an EV action figure. You got the rest of your fused defenses this morning? Very nice. I didn't do any R's over here. I guess I can do it. Alright, we'll just let it fly here. I don't, like I said, you know, at this stage, doing the campaign maps is pretty trivial, so. Nah, fusion armor is completely made obsolete. I'm not sure, because we've got DPS pieces now. If, I don't know if the fusion armor drops with hero damage stats on them, though. If it does, then that would be worth using. Because you get that additional rift armor. But yeah, they've gone and made fused armor completely obsolete. This one should be a super fast running map. I screwed up. I upgraded that pet damage rune. 250 mil I threw away. That only affects party members. It doesn't affect you. I mean, it says right on it. But I was a little bummed by that. Alright, wave 5. Let's get our first one. We're going to need to, at a minimum, with perfect RNG, we'll have to do this map twice. Because we want the Flaming Owls and we want the Overclock Beam rune. Overdrive, I think it's called. Well, let's see what we get. I've got one, but I want a godly one. Now that I'm in Massacre, I can get the godly ones. And there it is. So I got the Flaming Owl rune now. I'm just going to go ahead and use that, and it should have auto-applied it, right? Yeah, rank 8. So now we just need Overdrive. What up, Boren? How you doing? I think we'll just rinse and repeat, do the same thing. I mean, there's no reason not to. No, it's nothing like DD2. There is no prestige system. That's a DD2 thing only. DD2 is not really modeled after the other Dungeon Defenders games. DDA is more like the original DD1. And DD2, of course, being free-to-play, has got its own systems and everything. Was I getting wrecked bad? I didn't even watch it. I just found it for Uzar. I don't know how ugly it was, though. A little rough at the beginning, but I got better. That's fair. Ensnare Aura is from Bracers, from the Throne Room, Pure Strategy. I don't think we really need to even build anything else. I mean, if I've got to have these DPS pets. I'm just going to keep letting it go. Hopefully I get lucky. And I mean, the Overdrive rune is only like a 16% chance to drop, so in theory I'm going to have to do this a whole bunch of times, but, you know, you never know. Might get lucky. It's not guaranteed, I don't believe, but it's a crazy high chance when you're playing on Massacre. Alright, RNG, be there. Another Flaming Owl. Oof. Three-minute runs, though. I mean, how bad could it be, right? What up, Mr. Lawrenthal? How you doing? Just getting started for today. I did an overnight run and got a bunch of gold. The video on that is actually will be up in I think like another hour, maybe 2 hours, another hour, I think. And that video will be up. But I made 1.7 trillion gold in my overnight glitter helm survival run. So that's allowing me to get some runes going. What are we waiting on? Copters are not wanting to come. There we go. The range on these pets is impressive. Of course, it's just the 3 bursts. I got these pets just from the map of the week, just out of pure coincidence. It just happened to be what dropped. And they're kind of cool. They got like a DST laser beam thing kind of going. They don't shoot through walls, I don't believe. But they do have crazy good range, and they prioritize tankier enemies. So they just blast. Something outside Pepper don't like. So funny how opinions on things change. We have a little local rabbit dug a little den out in our pasture and had babies. And it was all, oh, they're so cute. They're so, don't let anything happen to them, blah, 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 from the wife and mother-in-law. And then last night, those little rabbits got into their garden. And all their opinions on those rabbits have changed. It's so funny. God dang, another Flaming Owl. Jeez. Can't get a break here. What up, Suck? What juice is in the bag specifically? Cranberry juice today. That's the only juice I've really been drinking lately is cranberry juice. I've got some kidney problems, and Cranberry juice is good for the old kidneys. See how rough this one is going to be. Hopefully it doesn't turn into a Tornado Valley stream. But I like it. I've always kind of liked it. Cranberry juice. Tasty, tasty. I mean, do I even need to build all this stuff? Part of me feels like I'm overkilling. I have seen the sneak peeks. Looking forward to seeing what that's all about. A little worried about the whole elemental thing you guys are doing. Don't want it to turn into DD2. Where elemental combos basically completely break the entirety of the game. But I'm sure you guys will be cautious with that stuff. Needs more things from DD1, in my opinion. Or more DD1 flavored, I guess I should say. Obviously not things straight from DD1, but you know what I mean. You been keeping up with all those Warframe updates, Suck? They've got another big one that's either coming or just hit or whatever. Something with the Stalker or whatever. Alright, what you got for me? Well, it's not Flaming House, but that's not the one I wanted. The Stalker is a baby daddy, and now his son is in 2 alternate universes. Are going to fight each other. I personally liked the Railjack missions, but I wanted more Railjack and less go board ship type thing. I mean, it wasn't like there was so few Railjack missions that were actually Railjack missions. It was like you used the Railjack to get there, and then it was just a regular mission. But I know a lot of people don't like that stuff. You know? But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it all the flying around missions. I haven't played in a long time. I'm going to be, when I finally log back in again, I'm going to be way behind in Warframe for sure. Not enough. God dang it, I only need 4 more mana. Oof. Yeah, it's been a good while for me as well. I do like the game. I just haven't played it in a while. Super fun game. Got to blame Suck for my Warframe playtime. Suck and Sophisticus. And Insanity. I ended up getting into the like the Eidolon hunting and stuff from Insanity. Oh, you just played today? I'm gonna have a bunch of quests, I think, that I'm... It's the only reason I haven't logged in, because I think I'm gonna have a bunch of quests that I'm gonna be forced to go through. And I'm not a big fan of most of this little story quests and stuff in Warframe. And another electric shock. Boo! Come on. Hook me up, game. Hook me up. Thanks for following there, BSN. I do appreciate it. Right, man, I'm gonna be light on mana again. There's a bunch laying there. Hopefully that's enough. Yep, it is. Good. Yeah, just once you get into massacre mode and you start doing the, getting the long survival and pure strategy unlocks and stuff, the XP just rolls off. I will likely be 110 by tomorrow, and I am going to do another AFK run tonight. Tonight I'm going to do Magus quarters for gold. But yeah, the XP requirement sure does spike up, but when you're in massacre mode, the XP you gain, right now it's slowed way down. Like, going from, like, getting massacre unlocked at 80, going from, like, 80 to, like, 105 is super fast. And then at 105, it kind of hits the brakes a little. Yup, it's expensive. 250 bill a pop. on the godly runes. It's one of those just early massacre pain points. Because, you know, I mean, once you get them all unlocked, then it's kind of trivial. God dang it. Another electric shock. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Revix. I started grinding it a little bit more here the last several days, but I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm kind of anxious to get all the Dune Eater maps beat on this series, and then this series will be done, and I'm going to go back to my main account and get some farming done. I've been just itching jumping back on my main and trying to farm up some stuff, because, I mean, I'm pretty decked on my main, but I'm not maxed. I'm nowhere near min-maxed. I might have one character that's like close to it, but I can get improvements pretty much across the board. Glitterhelm, or not Glitterhelm, Endless Spires is just where it's at, man. I did a Endless Spires last night, a full AFK run. The video on that should be posting up here soon. And I made 1.2 trill without having Massacre, or without having Dune Eater or anything unlocked. Shit, I'm 4 short again. I'm just gonna start it on the monk and get my 4. There we go. Probably not, but I mean, I'm running it in 3 minutes, so I don't need to. I would rather just chill and run it in 3 minutes and not worry about it. It should be posting up soon. I can check real quick. Let me see. It looks like it's still processing. 45 minutes, it says. It will be live. And it's the Endless Spires AFK run I did last night. And god dang it, when that thing goes live, if I'm still sitting in Tornado Valley trying to get that overdrive rune, I'm going to pout about it. Stupid protons. Have they added much? They've added a ton over the last, in 2026. There's been a few updates in DD2 over the last couple of years, but the majority of updates have gone into DDA and DD1. There's another update coming for DD2 pretty soon. But DD1 and DDA get updates weekly. DD2 is, they couldn't update it weekly. It's just, it's too much work. There's not a, you know, it's not possible for them to get a weekly update out. where, you know, DDA and DD1 updates are easy by comparison. Oops. That, and there's a big, you know, like DD1 gets the most updates, but it also has the largest team because it's a community-based team. So there's lots of participants. Shit. Now I'm 9 or 7 or 9 short of getting the buff beam down. Yeah, I mean, it's a super fun game. They're all really fun games. Every Dungeon Defenders game is just tremendously fun. Everybody's got their favorite over which one they like to play, but they're all super, super fun. You have to break a shield, and then there will be a little icon that pops up of a trap you have to go set for him. And then you go and set the trap, and then you just blast him down. You have to do like 5% of his damage pull or whatever to him at first to break his initial phase. Oh my god, another proton. Jesus. DD1 is, if you haven't played DD1 in a long time, Ravix, you might want to revisit that because it has had a ridiculously massive amount of updates over the years. DD, if you know, like a lot of people haven't played DD1 in 10 years or whatever. And I mean, it is very, very changing. It's an entirely different game than it used to be. There's so much that's been added. You know, new heroes, a silly amount of new maps, a new difficulty. You can't go wrong with DD1. Well, I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. You're gonna have fun in playing any of them, but if you haven't played DD1 in a long time, it will definitely be a lot there for you to do. Oh, it's a grind. I mean, you know how that is already there, Ravix. If the game says Dungeon Defenders in the title, that's like, you know, instantly indicates it's a grind game. Just how it is. But I mean, that's what keeps so many of us playing it for so long. Gambling with extra steps. Pretty much, huh? Come on, Suck. Hit that dev button for me, man. Hit that, overclock Rune, developer button. Thanks, Suck. Appreciate it. Suck, hit the button for me. Alright, we are done with that map. Show you guys a difference. Let me just throw, like, an owl down. And with one owl, with a, looks like a 5 of 8, we got 115% boost defense damage. Yet we use this bad boy. I'm gonna have to rebuild it. 190% boost defense damage. That is crazy. That is such a huge upgrade. Love it. Now, what else do we want? We got, how much money do I have? I got enough to do 4 more runes. Let me sell all these off. Well, I guess I'll keep one. I'll keep that one proton one. Alright, and next up, I want the Beaming Blossoms rune. I got the Wisp rune. I've got the Entangling Roots. I'd like the Beaming Blossoms and the Sludge Launchers, but I do want the Beaming Blossoms. Focus Blossom. That one is the Mill. That one's going to be a little bit grindier, but that's alright. So let's head to the Mill. Get that bad boy knocked out. I think I'm going to crack a window real quick. It's starting to heat up in here. Let me do that real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. My little computer room here, the heat builds up in it really, really bad. It gets just hotter than shit. Alright. What do we got? We got 1,000 to start. That's fat. So you know what? Let's put these back. That way it helps with the flyers a little. Gonna be a little light here, aren't we? That's alright. We can go one way without a buff beam there. Hopefully I get lucky on this one. Because this map is just going to take a little bit longer to run. There's not going to be no 3-minute cycles like T-Valley. Probably overkilling at this point. I think that's probably enough to clear the map. I don't want to overbuild too bad. Actually, something here may have been decent, but it should be all right. We get all the copter eggers popping off over here. I'll just park over here, let my pets chew them up. I think flash buff I want to go for, and that will make the survival runs easier. And then I need to go get an EV action figure at some point too. That's going to be... I don't remember what map that drops on. I'll have to look it up. You throwing your stuff at me, mister? Probably a much faster way to run this one. Pure Strat Metropolis. Yeah. That is the one. I definitely am going to want one of those. Just finished grilling up some burgers. Nice, Sci-Type. Well, I got my runes from Tornado Valley, and I've moved over to the mill here now to get the buff beam, or the Beaming Blossom rune. And then, what, only a couple more runes, I'm going to be out of gold. I'm going to have to, like I said, tonight, I'll record it. But tonight, before I go to bed, I'm going to load up a Magus Quarters survival run, let it run. Well, I mean, it's all about the boss maps. It's pretty much always been all about the boss maps. I mean, when you're first breaking into a tier, DPS is super helpful. Well, I mean, the ogres are the mini bosses of DD2. DD2 doesn't have anything that's like an ogre class. The ogre is the comparison. I personally like the tower defense aspect more, but I know a lot of people like to DPS on their heroes. For this account, I'm going to do a spinning steel squire, and I'm not going to build another DPS hero. All right, come on, one pop. Give me some luck. No love. We got Yum Yum Seed, which is one I do not give a shit about. Oh, nice, VSN. Yeah. Well, I mean, what would benefit there is if there was some maps like DD1, where there's like an assault portion of the map or whatever. Something like that would be pretty awesome. I mean, there's the assault maps in DDA now, but the problem is they're not super rewarding, so nobody does them. What am I missing? I didn't put anything over here. Put our buff beam down, and then we'll build the owls as the wave is going. We're gonna do some burgers, grill up some burgers. Probably watch a movie. Burgers are always yummy. Oh, it's ridiculous. Even just the price of just hamburger is crazy. Like, if you don't get it on sale, I mean, we don't even get it. If it's not on sale, we just go without and have chicken. You know? It's so crazy expensive. Yep, chicken and pork unless it's on sale. We have the luxury of having that lamb in the freezer too, which is kind of nice. I wish I wasn't such a chicken shit. If so, we would get some cows. I did Endless Spires as a good entry-level map. There you go. There's a video that's going to be posting up on the YouTube channel in like 30 minutes. It's still processing, but it said 45 minutes about 15 minutes ago. So that should be live in about 30 minutes. And my run last night was my first try. So it was kind of an experimental build, and I got 1.2 trillion from it. 100% AFK. I was actually sleeping. I should come over here for the copters, huh? I mean, just getting that godly owl rune and the godly overdrive rune, I don't really need any other runes. I think I'd be fine to clear all of the content. But that beaming I do really like beaming blossoms, so I do want to pick that one up. And then the flash buff rune would just be really good quality of life. No, that wasn't wave 5. Oops. The Siren Rune is just quality of life. I'm actually not going to use it at all in this playthrough. Over the last year since the update started, I've had about 15 to 20 people tell me that they can't do the builds that I've been posting because they don't have the Siren Rune. So I'm going to not use the Siren Rune at all on this account. Just because, oh no, just because I want to just show everybody that it's just completely unnecessary. It's nice. It's a great quality of life rune, but you definitely don't need it. I mean, it's probably the best quality of life rune in the entire game, but none of the content is dependent on it. Give me my Beaming Blossom rune, damn it. Running 2 of those Tornado Valleys in the time it takes to do 1 of these maps definitely makes you want that thing to drop fast, you know? Die, baddies, die. God dang it, man. Poison dagger. Oof. You gotta change their targeting, side tech. Nothing is lane based. The benefit of using wisps is they have those wall hacks and the stupid range. But the downside of that is you can't control where they go. So just change the targeting. I personally will always put my wisps on either strong or air. And then like I leave something like owls on fodder. And then I've got both mixes covered. You know, the wisps can go over and do their thing. Wherever they want to go, they just go after the strongest target or flying targets or whatever. And the owls can... the owls will be back there to handle the fodder enemies. But it's always important to mix your stuff. You know, that way you've got like one set of defenses that are specifically going after flyers or special enemies or strong enemies. Yeah, wisps attack faster and they stick. They don't fly around. Like when a wisp attacks a target, it doesn't leave the target until it's dead, which makes them really good for flyers or strong enemies. Forgot to put a buff beam over there. That's all right. Probably don't need it anyway. The reason I go fodder with owls is owls target every enemy in their line of sight. So they'll go after one enemy, but then they're going to hit every other enemy in their line of sight. And sometimes it can take a while for the owl to complete its circuit and come back around and re-perch. So I put it on fodder, that way its first target that it goes after will be a fodder enemy. But if there's an ogre in the lane as well, it's still going to go and hit the ogre also, because it hits everything that's in its area. Sorry, y'all. Mike Slap. Mike Slap. Yeah, farm day tomorrow. It actually is supposed to rain, so I may end up having to bump it back till Tuesday. We'll have to see. The fields grow so fast. If there's any water at all, it makes it completely miserable. Constantly having to stop and clean out the mower deck and everything else. The land that we have here and the pastures out there, they're 100% meant for cows. You know, us not having a bunch of cows out there, it's a lot of work. If not, it'll all be just completely overgrown. It's like triple seeded. It's got alfalfa and then 2 different types of grass. And the previous owner, of course, had cows. Our neighbors actually got 3 horses. We had a neighbor just move in last year. And they have 3 horses. So tempted to tell them to let those horses come over here and chew down on some of this stuff, but it's only 3 horses. They're not going to put that big of a dent in it, you know? If it was 10 horses, then yeah, by all means, graze away. God dang it, another yum seed. Oof. God dang it. Wasn't built yet. You know what? I'm only going to put 1 there. See if that lets me build out a little bit more. Not enough for the reflect beam. You'll get a full grape harvest this year. That's crazy, man. You're gonna have a lot of grapes. Gotta open up Cytex Vineyards, man. We get a lot of cherries. We get a lot of apples, and we don't even eat them. This year, we're gonna make apple cider out of the apples. But we've got 3 apple trees. 2 cherry trees, and the cherry trees just produce like crazy. And they're so yummy. So we usually end up using all the cherries, and then we've got 1 pear tree, which doesn't produce a whole lot. And we've got a 2 plum trees that produce. But the cherries, man, the cherries go crazy. We actually, a lot of times, don't even, we'll only harvest 1 tree. It produces so much. And we'll let the birds have the other tree, because the birds eat the shit out of them. Oh, I'm sorry, Just Luck, I didn't see your question there. Do you know if Forge only drops DPS gear? How gear works is survival drops DPS and builder gear, but it's definitely seems like it's weighted more towards DPS gear. It doesn't seem 50-50. And then pure strategy only drops builder gear, and mixed mode is supposed to only drop DPS gear. So survival's a mixed mode is DPS only, and pure strategy is builder only. But like I said, the survival, it to me it feels very, very weighted. Because you get so much DPS gear, you know? We don't want that. I don't want it blowing this stuff up. I'll just throw a reflect beam there real quick for the last wave. I put it a little far out here, I think. I mean, we don't even really need them. That should be good. We'll just chill over here for the copters. Give me my rune. God dang it, another Yum Yum seed. Arcane Blast dropped as well. I'm gonna try it without throwing those wisps in this time. I don't think they're really needed. I'm not sure they were speeding things up all that much either. They probably actually were. It's good. It's the lowest, I'm sure. All of the higher or the more favored runes have the lowest drop chance. There's normally like one rune that's like 40%, 45%, something like that. One that's like 16%, which is the rarer one. And then one that's in the middle and is at like 30%. Or 30-some percent, something along those lines. Yeah, you should get builder gear as well, but it's full RNG. And like I said, it definitely seems like it's super weighted. That's not a very good map to farm, though. The XP is really, really bad on that map. What I usually... Nightmare you shouldn't spend a lot of time in. Like, what I usually tell people is to do one Ancient Mines and then do, like, a couple of summits. Yeah, it does seem like it's mostly that gear type. Mostly hero-focused gear. But... I mean, that's something Cool Gamer would have to take a look at, probably. Well, that's the thing, is the XP is terrible, terrible on that map. So that's a terrible map to do to get levels to unlock Massacre. Like, I did one full Ancient Mine survival and 2 Summit survivals, one full one, and then a Wave 23 start, and I was level 80 and unlocked Massacre in just that time. But the XP amount you get per map varies greatly, and that being such like easy mode farm map, the XP on it was just kind of nerfed through the ground because everyone was only doing that map, and the XP got just nerfed beyond belief. It's terrible XP. That one is. Put him over here. You can't be throwing your shit at my wisps over there, Mr. Ogre. Easiest doesn't, very rarely translates to best in pretty much any game, and that being one of the easiest maps in the game just makes it so it's just not super rewarding to run. In fact, on this playthrough, other than if there's a rune I need, I won't do that map at all on this one. But yeah, one full Ancient Mines Nightmare, a full Summit, and then a Wave 23 start. Or maybe I did 2 Wave 23 starts, I'm not sure. But that was all it took to get to 80. Ooh, look at you guys blowing up my shit. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of that. Take that. Damn ogres. Man, I only got about 45 minutes left today. I'm hoping I get this damn thing and I don't have to keep running this. Uzar discovered the squad-assisted ship fighting. Nice. He got a sentinel ship now. He shouldn't need too much assist. He's going to be wrecking everything. He sent me a message. He was all stoked when he got his first sentinel ship. It was a C-class. And I replied back to him like, ew, C-class. Get you your S-class, man. The Sentinel ships, the thing with them is some of them look so cool and some of them look so dumb. And with my luck, I always find the dumb-looking ones first. Oh my god, another frickin' yum-yum seed. Ugh. We'll have to see what's the map of the week. I got a whole series going here on YouTube for DDA right now, though. I'm definitely not done with DD1 stuff. I just, other than a baby demon lord, which I probably won't even use, and then just armor farming, I don't have a ton to do right now, other than just grind. Best armor farm now? What's that? I haven't heard any change other than Royal Garden's pure strategy as far as best armor farm. Alk Labs is definitely not the best armor farm. Nah, Alk is coastal quality, man. That is 100% nowhere near the best armor farm. Yeah, but I don't want to farm coastal quality maps. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and grind away because it's map of the week on lower quality gear. I just, you know, I play all the Dungeon Defenders games, so I don't need to just play that one. I can play DDA or I can play DD2 or whatever. I don't have to just play that. But yeah, if it was a better map, I would farm it. Coastal quality map, I'll pass. Can I play DD3? I wish. I wish there was such a thing. Well, the problem is to properly make a DD3, it's going to cost like a minimum of $50 million. And ain't nobody got $50 million laying around, you know? If I had an extra 50 mil laying around, I would no doubt start a company and make a completely badass action defense game. I think I'll go after Flash Buff next. Hopefully Flash Buff is a little bit friendlier on the drops. This is the right map, right? The mill. I'm pretty sure that was the map it said. Well, it's super similar to DD1. I could see not liking it if you were coming from DD2, but coming from DD1 to DDA? I mean, you get the exact same overhead view. You just hit T. So, like, if I wanted to build a spider, I'd hit T, and all of a sudden I got DD1 overhead view. It's the exact same thing. Doesn't let you zoom out. You hate the game just because of that? That's crazy, man. I mean, it's literally the exact same build type. It just doesn't let you zoom. You can zoom out when you're an overlord, but you can't zoom out when you're in build mode. Oh my god, another Yum Yum seed? You gotta be shitting me, man. That's crazy. Let me double check that again. Oh, wrong hero. Make sure I'm on the right map. It says the mill. Well, you can trade with other players, you know, like, that's what we all did at the start. If I had an extra whatever, you know, yeah, a vendor would be awesome where you could exchange. But the thing is that would take, I mean, the reason something like that doesn't exist is it would just take a ton of development time, and it's something that the player would be over, like, really, really quickly. Because, like, once you get all your runes, you ignore runes, you know? Well, if you start playing DDA or DD1, you definitely would never go back, or want to go back to the other games. It's by far the superior game. Many, many times over, in fact. But yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answer. If you're having fun, you're doing it right, you know? So play the game that you're enjoying. They're all fun, you know? Like both DDA and DD1? I do too. I mean, I like DD2 as well. DD2, I just ran out of stuff to do. When another update hits, I'll definitely grind out all the new stuff in DD2. It's fun, it's just different. The problem we face as Dungeon Defenders fans, and I mean we all do it, is it's always a comparison between the games. And DD2 is very different. It's not like DD1 at all. So if we go in and we compare the games and you're a big DD1 fan, you're just gonna like DD1 more. It's the same thing with like DD2 players that never played DD1. They go and play DD1 and they're like, oh, this is awful. And it's like they didn't give the game a chance, you know? They just don't understand what a loot grind game is, where DD2 has no loot game. Zero loot grind. It's all about farming mods and shards and the free-to-play systems and everything. And there's no loot that's important. It's actually not that much. There's definitely quality of life improvements in DDA. I don't want to necessarily say DD2. Well, DD2 has like the hero deck, which is a quality of life improvement, but when you actually start playing DD1 again, I mean, you get over that stuff so fast because the game is just so much better. You know? You get the true loot rush thing, which you just don't get in DD2. It's when players started... It used to be like that in DD2. You used to have loot that mattered. But when they removed that, with the shards and mods... And all the players went away, you know? And then a new batch of players came in and were... sadly super toxic, and that drove tons of more players away. And then now it's at a state where most of the super toxic people are gone now, but all the people that they ran off are gone too. So now there's just nobody playing it, you know. Well, I mean, there's always going to be diehard people that always play it, Wild Wolf, but it's just few and far between. And since it's so few, the game has, low monetization opportunities. So it's hard for the developers to develop the game, too. Because it's already on a super old janky engine that takes a ton of work. You combine that with no money to pay employees. That's a bad combination, you know? The guys that work on it bust their ass. And like I said, there should be a new update coming soonish. Another fucking Yum Yum seed. Oh my god. I'm going to do one more try. If it gives me another Yum Yum seed, I'm going to go to a different map. Nah, you can't just swap game engines. It's major investment to do that sort of thing. Especially when you're going from something as outdated as the original Unreal 3. Try to take that to Unreal 5. It would probably cost $20 million. And there's no developer in the world that's going to spend $20 million on a project that they only plan on getting $1 million back from or whatever. I mean, it just wouldn't be smart business, you know? I think I read somewhere where it said to upgrade from Unreal 3 to Unreal 5 costs like 50% of your original game budget. I don't know how much truth is in that. But like if a game costs $40 million to make in Unreal 3 back in the day, and if you decided to take that to Unreal 5, it would cost about half of that. So like $20 million. I mean, you got to have hopes for a big return on investment to get, you know, to be willing to do that. The reason DD1 is updated so much and is Unreal 3, it's the same engine as DD2, the same old janky engine, but the development is done by the community, and it's overseen, you know, by one Chromatic member, Thales. But a lot of the work is contributed from the actual community, so it doesn't cost the company anything. But additionally, it's not a server-side game like DD2 is. So it's a lot, you know, the technical aspects of updating the game are way, way easier compared to DD2. Needs someone hit the lottery and has a massive nostalgia boner for the game. Well, the right answer there is not remake DD2 in Unreal 5. The real answer there is to make DD3. DD2 doesn't need to be redone in Unreal 5. DD2 needs DD3. You know? Which that's just, it probably would take a massive investor to come in and just say, hey, I really love the franchise. I love what you guys did with DD2. I want a game more like DD2 that's more modern. And had, you know, $50 million, $40 million. I mean, even like $20 million just to get them started would get it there. But I mean, when you look at that stuff, you know, like DD2, when it was being developed, it had over 100 employees. Well, you take 100 employees and say they all make $50,000 a year. How much money is that? $5 million. So you figure it costs $5 million per year just in employees alone, not including anything else. And it's going to take 4, 5, 6 years to make the game. And just the labor cost alone would be $5 million a year. And that's not including things, in the US, you got like payroll taxes and stuff. So if an employee makes $50,000 a year, their actual cost to the company is going to be more like $70,000 a year because of all the payroll taxes and benefits and everything else. Hit up old Jeffy B to make it. Well, I mean, that's the other downside is, Amazon Games, obviously, they've got a big budget from old Jeffy B. But it comes back around to, is that really what you would make if you had a budget to make a game? Or would you go with something that potentially is more profitable? Well, at least it wasn't Yum Yum Seed. Well, they're shutting down New World because it's not profitable. They'll do something else. It's just New World's not the one, Well, it's all relative to the budget, New World probably had many, many, many hundreds of developers working for them. But that, and just coming from a venture capitalist and investor like, Bezos, there's an expected return on investment. So even if the game is profitable, if it's not making enough money, then they would consider it not worth keeping going, Yeah, MMOs take a lot. There's no doubt there. Well, that and the number of players. I mean, like I used to be a big MMO fan, and for how many decades did we hear the term WoW killer? Well, there ain't nothing that's going to kill WoW, and people are finally coming to that understanding. A WoW killer doesn't exist, And it's, the trends change between what players want. And MMOs just aren't as popular anymore. I used to be a huge World of Warcraft fan. And I got into a bunch of other MMOs after that. Warhammer Online I was super into. Going after the Beaming Blossom rune, if it would ever drop. But that thing is being super elusive. It just does not want to show up. I mean, it doesn't take long to run the map, but I should have started with this map, because going from a 3-minute map to a 6-minute map just feels like it's taken forever. That, and I'm eating up all my time. Like I said, it's a short stream today, because I got some stuff to do. Yeah. I'm only farming godly runes. I'm not farming any other ones. I don't want a lower quality version. Well, I mean, it's guaranteed, or nearly guaranteed, to be godly from Massacre mode. I just need to get the rune to drop. Massacre Campaign is where you go for runes. So, we're on Massacre Hardcore Rifted. You might have to have Hardcore on. I'm not even sure on Rift mode if you need that for it to guarantee godly, but I mean, every rune I've gotten here today has been godly. Other than that extra rune, there was one extra rune that dropped. Yeah, I did a gold farm last night. I'm going to do another one tonight. The gold farm video should be posting up soon. Oh, it actually should be live already. It should have posted 20 minutes ago. But yeah, Vigo, still to this day, even with all the time I have in DD2, and just all the Dungeon Defenders games together, if you looped them all together, World of Warcraft is my most played game, and it's like double or maybe even triple the hours of my second most played game. Yep, just like Destiny, only WoW can kill WoW. That is so true. That used to be the term all the press threw around when a new MMO was releasing back 15 years ago or whatever. Could this be the WoW killer? Nope. Frickin' Yum Yum Seed again. Yeah, Bracers from Pure Strat Throne Room. I must have missed that one. There's two different defenses. It was in the patch notes, or two different accessories that will fuse that slot. They just changed them all. It was listed in the last patch notes. Oh, rip mana. Damn dog. This one has got to be the 16% chance. I'm going to look real quick. Let me get the next wave started here first. Let me see. Yep, 16.66% chance to drop. Yum Yum Seed is 55.55 and Poison Dagger is 27.77. I mean, you'd think even at a 16% chance it would be here by now. But RNG be that way. Would not be the first time, sadly, that RNG was not kind to me. But that Yum Yum Seed, man, 55% chance for that one to drop. It's just almost always going to be there. It's a shame duplicate runes don't sell for a lot. Like if you got a rune that was a duplicate, but you could sell it for 100 billion or whatever, that would make getting all the other runes unlocked a lot easier. I'd be pretty broken towards the end though. People would be farming that for gold. Even though, I mean, you get to a point where you just don't need gold and it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking. I've given away this year on my main account, I've given away like something like 200 trillion in gold. And I think I still have like 500 or 600 trillion left. Yum Yum Seed. God dang it, man. Cannot get a break here. Oh shit, right as I was building. I didn't even see what hit me. Got clobbered by something. Ogre blew up my owls again. I wish this lane had a better rip portal. I bet that would shave like a minute off the run if this one had a slightly better rip portal. You just look back there, there's still so many enemies that are coming out of the starting gate. I'm definitely getting RNG'd here today, though. There's people that have had tremendously good luck when rune farming that were able to farm every single rune in 2 to 3 hours. We're coming up on 2 hours here now. And I've only got 2 of 3 runes I wanted today. Nope. We got 2 runes that time, a Yum Yum Seed and the poison one. Alright, we'll give it one more run. One more try. Yeah, I put that over a little wonky, huh? It's alright. We'll go like that. $2,000 health. No wonder I'm getting one-tapped by everything. What time are we at? I got like 15 more minutes. Hopefully I get it. I can put an attempt in on another map. Told the wife I would be done at 4 o'clock. Or that I would stop at 4 o'clock. Losing that stack quite often. Come on, game, be nice to me for once. I think it's past the point of being nice to me. If it drops now, it's pity. Need Suck to come back. Suck was the good luck charm on the buff beam rune. Fucking yum seed. Oh my god, this is treacherous. Put him over a little bit. Maybe that will keep him from getting exploded so much. DSTs probably would have been a better option on this map. Might have been able to get out there into the spawn a little further. I mean, geez, how many runs is that? I don't think I sold any of the runes. I probably got them all in my inventory still. Hopefully this is the one. Thank you. Wife made brownies. Look out. Yummy, yummy. Yum, yum seed. yet again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. That's 13 runs on this map for a 16% chance to drop. Seems a little off. RNG be RNG, and no doubt. Give it this one last whirl here, and then I'm going to have to call it a day. I'll probably keep grinding it out a little bit tonight, maybe. Later on tonight, try to get some more. But, I mean, most of the runs are going to be like this. Just not really going to be missing anything. Just sitting here waiting for the rune to drop. A pretty crazy amount of times, though, to not get it. All I got left after this one is that flash, the flash heal one. And then I'd like to have the spider one and the bowling ball one. I'd be pretty happy with those if I had all of those. God, the range these pets shoot is just crazy. The only one that I really feel like I just need to have for this series is the flash buff one. Would be real nice. Good lord, man, that is just the craziest bad luck ever. That's so many runs. All right, y'all. Well, that was sadly. I only was trying to go get 3 runes today. I guess I got 2 out of the 3. I shouldn't complain. But good lord, man, the RNG on this one is harsh. Harsh. But that is going to get it for me for today. So thank you all a ton for hanging out. A little bit of a shorty today. I won't be live tomorrow, as I've got to do real life here around the house. But that will get it for me for now, though. So thanks a ton for hanging out, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you all on Tuesday. Take it easy, y'all.